What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You from the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You from the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted, this what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, today was a wonderful Tuesday. Now, yesterday something went down. I don't know what the hell happened with the video. I put it up. I saw something. I went to go fix it, and I went to put it back up, but something went wrong, so I had to put the video live. So I wasn't able to hang out with you guys in the chat, and I do appreciate the fact that all you guys showed up and watched the video, and I hope you had a good time. But I like to gauge the interaction because I put a lot into my videos. I put a lot of thought into the stuff that I'm doing, and I really appreciate the community. I really appreciate you guys coming out. We started this thing last year in November, and we went up. We're close to 9,000 subs, and we started Fight Night Fridays. It morphed into something different. You know, you got the Twitch channel, you know, King David, IOP at Twitch. And it turned into everything that I wanted it to be as far as reaching the community. It's going to reach more. It's going to go different. We do have other things planned, some great stuff. I'm working with so many different people on different avenues to get you greatness. But with every good thing, it takes a little bit of time. But in the next coming weeks, what you're going to see, and at the anniversary of this thing here, I'm going to change some stuff, and some stuff is going to look different. It's going to look better. Because without progress, there's only regress, and I'm not going to be sedimentary in anything that I do. So I'm trying to do the best that I can for you guys and keep the boot on Kong's neck. This whole generation, these donkeys is going to get this work. They're no longer ponies. They're donkeys, because I'm telling you, low IQ individuals need to get this work. Hashtag no PlayStation 6 is in effect. And I told you, I have something in my possession. I've been doing some stuff. Y'all about to see some segments that is going to illuminate exactly what I'm talking about. Destruction, chaos, and mayhem. You know what I always thought was Xbox's ace in the hole? Play anywhere. And when I realized that like a lot of titles didn't utilize that feature, I kind of wondered what the hell was wrong with them. Like, a lot of times Xbox pioneers a lot of different innovative ideas. And much like the Avatar thing that they're shutting down in January, I thought the Avatar thing could have been huge. And I think it still could be huge. Properly implemented, all the stuff that they introduce can always hit. Like, you know, live chat hit. I'm sad that they took away the fact that you can you can do voice modulation on the Xbox. You remember when that was a thing with Call of Duty, you do voice modulation and stuff. It was just a ton of things that they brought to the space. And one of the things that they brought to the space was Play Anywhere. Now, the fact that Play Anywhere, to me, hasn't been utilized in every title, it's kind of strange, especially when you feel that, you know, everything's an Xbox. So you will like to have a universal purchase. You see, that will garner more purchasing. all over. From wherever you purchase it, play anywhere, play anytime, universal purchasing changes the consumer's thought process. Because then if they do have two consoles, right, you got to say to yourself, well, purchase it here, play anywhere. That means that you're always going to purchase their games. And whatever one gives you the greater flexibility, you're going to go there, right? So wherever you purchase, this is like buy without any cares. And I've figured out that that's incredible. But also implement the cloud feature that every game is playable through the cloud as well. So play anywhere with the cloud. I think that changes everything that we see. Because I was doing my research on it, and that brought me to the whole play anywhere aspect of it. And then you start to see a ton of games that run with play anywhere. And I just feel utilizing that feature gives them an upper hand in any conversation that they have with PlayStation, Nintendo, and any other company that shows up. Because way back in 2016, you talked about it, you brought it, and it started off with Quantum Break. Now, that ability was solely because of the PC push that Xbox saw themselves in. So the fact of the matter is that it's still quite restricted outside of Xbox Game Pass. The amount of games with Xbox Play Anywhere seems to be quite limited. Although improvements have begun to materialize, Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered Collection, Death Stranding, and Metaphor ReFantasio all hit Xbox Play Anywhere without an Xbox Game Pass deal, which seems to showcase an uptick in interest from third-party developers. And I guess that comes into play when you say everything is an Xbox. That changes your third-party strategy, because that allows the third-party publisher to say, oh, well, if I do purchase here, they could play anywhere. That gives you a greater edge in taking stuff off the box. Like, hey, yeah, 4K, 60 frames per second, performance mode, enhancement mode, play anywhere. Those things change. Cloud streaming. Those things change purchasing options. And I just feel that every game should have it. Now, let me know. I don't know the logistics behind it. Is it harder to implement? I don't know. But I think there's two key features that Xbox has that they must push forward going forward. Don't be lenient with it. Tell them cloud gaming, because that's part of everything about you. And play anywhere. Because you will hold an upper hand. Now, maybe they don't want to, the PlayStation version, I want to work with that. We're living in a different age where people are realizing this thing is just a hobby and it's not essential for anything, i.e. the layoffs. And you can tell now, games aren't selling at the rate of previous generations. So anything that can get your game in the hands of consumers and helps you get more eyes on your product, I think that's a win all around the boards. And I think that should be explored, not ignored. Xbox, please do better. You're working on it, but please do better. Now, you know damn well all I do is bring you the deals. If you want to save money, I'm going to find out how to make you save as much money as possible. I'm not in the game of paying as much as I possibly can for something that I want or I need. And I'm in the game for the cheapest deal possible and getting the best items for my buck because I care about it. Now, you know Xbox says everything is an Xbox, right? If you can play it on our screen, if it's our games and you can play it on the screen anywhere, they about everything's an Xbox. Back early on, I brought I think it was called the Backbone from my phone to play. I think it was my Galaxy S20. And so I got the Galaxy S24. And I just don't like the fit of it, right? So, but I did have the one where you like hook it up to it and you can hook it up to your Xbox controller. That thing, kind of cumbersome because, you know, it's the Bluetooth on your controller, but and that little attachment cost me like $20. But I just wanted a dedicated little device that I could hook up to my phone. I could play my Xbox games. And the fact that they're starting the streaming stuff now, that I could play my Game Pass games and stream them anywhere, and they're consolidating the Microsoft app and the Game Pass app, or the Xbox app and the Game Pass app together in preparation for the mobile store. This thing right here piqued my interest. 100%. Microsoft says your phone is an Xbox, so grab this highly rated smartphone controller for Xbox Cloud streaming. Now it's at its lowest price in 12 months. There's no need to wait for an Xbox handheld. For just $69, you can get the Backbone. Oh, see, yeah, Backbone 1 mobile controller, which won our best award. So I have a variation of this that doesn't look as good as this. And this is kind of wild, but it was $100. Now it's $30 off, and you can go get that at Target. You know, so you know, click here, pick it up, finish. You know, handle your business. But again, if you're in the market for this and this talks to you, I'm showing you how you can save some money. Other than, you know, just try to save as much as possible when you're gaming. Sometimes, you know, you don't have to pick up a game day one if you see the game come out and you're like, hey, man, I do have a backlog. Wait for a deal. Because at the end of the day, your value is only yours. If you need it, you got to have it that day, then fine. But try to do it in the most efficient way as possible. Don't always jump at the first deal. Don't always jump at the first offer. Go check it out, figure it out, and make it happen. But this is a great deal. And that's probably something I might be interested in. I might have to reach out to Backbone, and get them to sponsor the King. I think that kind of works. Okay, so Black Friday stuff and toys for the holidays. If you celebrate these holidays and you like to give gifts and you have that gamer that's inside your life. Now, I'm not sponsored by these dudes, but I do know people like to build stuff. So if you have that engineer that's inside your life that's into gaming, maybe this might be something that he or she loves. You know, I understand every like consumer is different. Every gamer is different. Some people like to collect, like you see myself. I like to collect stuff, especially stuff that I love. And I found something that was ingenious. I thought this was amazing. Now, I don't want this to be confused with Legos. There's another company called Mega, right? And Target has recently kicked off its official Black Friday sale. The one deal that you might have missed is a really awesome deal. It's a Mega Microsoft Xbox 360 collector building set. It's normally $150, but there's a 50% discount for Black Friday that drops it only down to $74. Well, $75. And, you know, Mega is similar to Lego, but the brand, which is owned by Mattel, creates sets and IPs that don't have a relationship with other, you know, famous big block companies. So some past and present examples include Pokemon, Star Trek, Halo. Yeah, they did the Halo one, and the Halo one looked really good. That will make this an incredible gift idea for a fan. Now, I'm going to show you this, and I want you guys to tell me if I'm bugging, but does this really look like something that you're interested in? Because not for nothing, I am completely captivated and interested in this thing here. No cap.
Hi, I'm Marc-André. I'm a designer at Mega. I'm really excited to show you the buildable Xbox 360. What was really interesting about the design process is that the Xbox 360 has a really unique shape. When we designed this building set, it was really important to us that the aesthetic was spot on. The console and the controller needed to be as close to the original as possible. So obviously, like the rest of the set, the controller is fully buildable. It comes with a stand. It includes two movable joysticks. The battery tab at the rear is removable. The guide button in the middle lights up when you click on it. Fun fact, the 3/4 scale of the set was dictated by the piece we used for the buttons. So in addition to the console and the controller, we wanted to add a game with this set. And to me, it was obvious that Halo 3 was the game to represent the 360. We really wanted to make the case as real as possible, so we opted for a fully printed front and back, and we also included the disc itself. So moving on to the main feature of the console, of course, the power button lights up when you click on it. It was really important for us also to capture the curves of the model, both on each side, front and back. At the back, we can see we have all the ports that the console has. The hard drive is removable, and you can even display it on its side like the real console. But that's not all, because when you remove the hard drive, you gain access to a little lever that pops up the side panel and show off the detailed interior of the console. We have the Xbox Sphere that lights up when you click on it. But the main feature of this set is that you can take the disc and put it in its tray, and it lights up the hidden Cortana inside. There's a few Easter eggs hidden in the sets. One of them is the Cortana chip that goes inside of the Master Chief helmet. And for the other one, well, I'll let you discover them for yourself. The Xbox 360 is really close to me because it brings back a lot of memory of me and my friend playing Halo 3 in my parents' basement. And when I built this set, it really brings back all those memories. When I designed this set, it was really important to create a challenging building experience, but also to recapture memory to all the fans so they can showcase a piece of nostalgia on their shelf.
So a lot of times I get on people's nerves with my hashtag no PlayStation 6. And hashtag no PlayStation 6. It's the reason why I do what I do when I do what I do it. If you know, do you know? If you don't know, then figure it out. Go deeper because the rabbit hole is crazy. But when I tell you hashtag no PlayStation 6 is for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to give you the reason for a couple of other things. Now, Xbox is making a handheld. You know, PlayStation said they're making a handheld. Xbox handheld is a little bit more in development and will reach the marketplace by 2026. Even if PlayStation fast tracks their handheld, it can't reach market until late 2027. So it will give Xbox handheld enough time in the marketplace. But when the company that you call a competitor, because Xbox doesn't see PlayStation as a competitor, it sees them as a customer. It never did. See, when you're financially affluent, is it just a different aspect of who you are and what your identity is. So a lot of times, you know, you're comparing a crow to an eagle, and we all know what happens to crow versus eagles. You know, crows can't fly as high as eagles because the air gets too thin and they fall right back down to earth, whereas the eagle will keep on soaring to the greatest heights. So that's where you see yourself. That's where you see it. Because when a company tells you, if there's about competition, let us have competition and we'll spend them out of business, and every screen is an Xbox, these things are, those words are dangerous, right? In the capable hands of a company that's a $3 trillion company that flip-flops between the number one company in the world, that company is absolutely the most dangerous company when it comes to acquiring and getting what they want, right? Now they want gaming, and they don't want gaming as a little fractoid, a little piece of the pie. They want gaming in its totality. So a lot of you dudes will want to say, yo, they're a third-party company. Okay, so as a totality, you want to be everywhere. That's exactly what you will be. So it's idiotic to make a statement like that, right? So now that we got past your idiotic statement and your small mind, your low IQ, let me put you up on game. Being that Xbox is going to come to the market first, can we all agree with this? With their handheld in 2026, can we agree with this? If not, understand, this is my opinion based on stuff that I understand. I'm 98% right all the time, and this is the part that gets you pissed off. But I got something for you. Now, imagine in this world where King is always right, where hold the line happens, and stuff happens. I mean, 98%, I got to give that 2% up for the crowd. But check this out. Xbox new handheld console can play PlayStation 5 games according to a reliable insider. Oh my God, King is about to kill us all. Now, you got to see my face. You got to see my face. You got to see my face because I'm down for the get down. Like, I'm down for the beat down. Like, I'm down for the ass whooping. I'm down for this. All right, so industry insider claims the Xbox rumored handheld would be able to run PlayStation 5 games. Rumors of the handheld console has been circulating for years. And when recently semi-confirmed by Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, who claimed that the handheld prototypes are already in the works at Microsoft. Although it could still be some time until the console's release, players are already speculating about the potential of the handheld's library and whether it can be a remote streaming device like the PlayStation Portal, which it won't, but it will have streaming capabilities because that's what Xbox does as a full-blown handheld console. Or a full-blown handheld console. The industry insider, Tom Waring, my friend, my guy, the guy that I like, him and Tom Henderson, really cool, like their stuff. I encourage you to check them both out. Weighed in on the debate in response to X, formerly known as Twitter, because all PlayStation donkeys, you're not ponies, y'all donkeys, like to play X. Warren, the senior editor of The Verge, loved the publication, reporting on the developments in the Xbox and the PC space, claimed that Microsoft handheld will also run PlayStation 5 games because Sony puts their games on PC. What this seems to imply is Microsoft's handheld might not exactly be an Xbox, it's likely to be closer to a handheld gaming PC, not unlike a Steam Deck or Legion Go or ROG Ally. It will have a plethora of uses, but the mainstay is Game Pass. So, when you say a handheld gaming PC, any screen that has a screen is an Xbox, if you know what I mean. And I'm keeping it a bean and making you mad at the team, but I'm going to let you know, I'm going to always keep it green, baby. Now, Microsoft handheld can also run PlayStation 5 games because Sony puts the games on PC. I mean, it's just logical sense. While it's unclear whether Tom Warren actually knows this, if it's true, or Microsoft early handheld prototypes, or whether it's just speculation, he's got a point. Microsoft has been trending more towards PC side of hardware development, and the trend is likely to continue with their new releases. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you put yourself in this position of wanting to place your games on PC because you guys, you donkeys, are not enough. Jim Ryan told you that. If you don't believe me, go look it up. But now you got to make money. Microsoft always knew you had to make money. And when you got to make money, you're going to make slip-ups. You're going to mess up. You're going to make moves that is not indicative of a boss. So you're going to put it on PC. What does your PC run on? It runs on Microsoft. Runs on Windows. Again, time will tell if the king is right. Hashtag no PlayStation 6 got a little bit more serious today. And how PlayStation 5 games could work on a Microsoft handheld. Warren reasoning for the claim is the PlayStation 5 games will work on the Xbox future handheld relies on two assumptions. Both of them have a basis in fact. The first holds that any future Microsoft hardware releases will be a high-end power PC. More than just a regular handheld or a home console. Warren himself cites the Series S and X in-depth graphical mode as evidence that Microsoft is trending towards developing mini PCs. This does not set apart from, say, the PlayStation 5 games' performance-fused or quality-focused settings, and brings it closer to the depth graphical modes of common PC rigs. Perhaps the most compelling, though, is Phil Spencer's interest in making third-party PC game stores like Epic Games, itch.io available on Xbox consoles. In order for that to happen, Warren says Xbox X and Series S will need to be able to run PC games. And again, he has got a point. If you're going to put PC games up for sale on your console, you better make sure those games work. And then there was Steam, from what I've heard. And at the same time, more and more PlayStation games are indeed showing up on the PC stores. So, with this being said, the PlayStation 5 is no longer necessary. With the Portal taking over as the reins, as you don't need a console. And we see them going in the way of the handheld. Hashtag no PlayStation 6 is more viable. When the competition eats up the marketplace and actually takes over and uses your best weapons against you, which is your games, because your best weapon is not your console. Now, your fan base will have you believe that those donkeys don't know their tail from their face. But what I'm going to tell you is, hashtag no PlayStation 6 is real. And we're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Now. Oh, we are at the end of the road. Though I can't let you go, it's a natural. You belong to me, I belong to you. Little by little, inch by inch, the walls are closing in. And as you see it, you agree with the king. Sony no longer looks like Sony anymore. The people that made it what it was is gone. The soul has left the building, so you are left with a shell that is actually development hell for individuals that still reside and dwell. The building is a burning chaos, a systematic place where destruction and chaos reigns. I heard it was toxic. I heard it was a bad environment. I heard once they acquire people, stuff goes left and it's not their best. Those people that put you in place, Sean Layden, Jack Trenton, at least they still have Shuhei Yoshida. I mean, at least they still have the person that's going out to all these indie developers, all these smaller companies, locking down titles like Black Myth, Wukong, and titles of that ilk. At least they have Shuhei. Man, if they lost Shuhei, I don't know what the hell will. Oh my God! A conversation with Sony Interactive's Entertainment, head of the Indies Initiative. If you listen to the PlayStation podcast over the 14 years, then you definitely know Shuhei Yoshida, perhaps best known as his lengthy turn on the PlayStation as the president of the PlayStation Studios during the part in which the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. Yoshida-san has spent the past few years evangelizing independent developers as head of the Indies Initiative on the PlayStation. With the PlayStation 30th anniversary arriving next week, I got some time to catch up with Yoshida-san and discuss his career. its plans for the future, and the top picks across the years. Let's get to what it is. Ken Katarugi is often called the father of the PlayStation. What was it like working with the company back in those days before the original PlayStation came out? You know, I really miss Ken Katarugi, and I thought Ken Katarugi was the best, absolutely. And Shuhei had a great time. So, this is something incredible. So how did you get your way into your current role as head of the Indies initiative at Sony Interactive? I love indie games, and when the indie boom started in the 2000s, all digital distribution started on PC and on mobile and on console. Small digital games could be made by pretty much anyone in the world, and I would be able to sell and distribute them globally. That created an amazing opportunity for the industry to move in these areas. What I was doing almost as a hobby when I was managing PlayStation Studios. So when I got this job where I could spend 100% of my time helping indies, it was more like a dream job. So beautiful. But it's over. It's over, Prime. And we know when it's over, baby, just no going back. So in January, PlayStation veteran Shuhei Yoshida retired from Sony. Like I said, this is an Xbox. He's been with PlayStation from the very beginning. And it's been a great, great run. I personally want to thank him for all he's done. I love to thank him for him showing you this is how we trade a game. Remember that? Ha ha, hee hee, ho 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 ho, remember that? It seems like everybody's getting out of Dodge. It seems like the PlayStation divisions is dividing amongst themselves. Well, Herman Holt's sure to be canned. Yoshida gone, Jack Tretton not there. PlayStation is in disarray, bumbling and stumbling, having the worst year that you can possibly ever dream of, with Xbox poised to clean your clock. Hashtag no PlayStation 6 has never been realer. Just in case you forgot what we talking about. Boom. Back to business. Back to business. In this industry, if you don't adapt, you die. If you can't change, you fall. You're in a position now where Xbox is adapting, changing, flipping the strategy, not playing by the same exact rules as you. Xbox looked at you and said, you broke. How the hell can you dictate pace? We don't need to play your game. Your game was lame anyway. You had people telling you stupid stuff like support the devs, where the devs work for a company that's paying them. So you must have been saying support the corporations. So now if you're saying support the corporations, wouldn't you want to find the best deal? When PlayStation is not innovative, not creative, and morally defunct, what do you say? PlayStation in my opinion, is bankrupt creatively. I feel that they fell in a rut and they can't get themselves out of it. The all-time purchasing of certain things has hurt them. I never did like the disrespect to Yoshida. I always felt that indie job was beneath him. But as a good soldier, he held the line and continued to move forward. As a good soldier, when all the stuff was going wrong, when Jim was in the background destroying everything as an agent of chaos, Yoshida stayed true. He stayed strong. He stayed true to the principles of what it was. You see, Sean Layden, Jack Trenton, Yoshida, these dudes was hardcore, ruthless dudes. You would have never caught none of them on that witness stand snitching on Microsoft. Nah, they would have just flipped it, made something dope, make it happen. Get at them. It's you know, Jim is like Drake right now, suing dudes out of control, bringing RICO charges on Xbox. Yoshida was a hardcore dude. They relegated him downstairs to indies. And this ain't gonna be a clown Yoshida segment, because Yoshida is the last piece of that company that I really give a damn about. I'm telling you, he's the last remnant of anything I cared about in Sony. The last. So it may have started off as a joke, but me realizing, manifesting hashtag no PlayStation 6 is real. It is absolutely real. It's absolutely real. Because when you take away the heart, the soul, the creativity, Jack Trenton and them boys were showmen. There was no better thing. You know, Yoshida single-handedly sunk the Xbox himself, the Xbox One. He single-handedly destroyed the Xbox One's momentum with "this is how you trade a game." That's no longer there. You have not seen anything of that ilk close. So my hat's off to you, soldier. I know it started off as a joke, but I'm just sitting here thinking about it. As competition is none, Xbox remains on the top like the sun. And they're going to burn whoever comes in their chamber of torture. They caught you. You should have brought your neighborhood to support you. And if anybody can get that reference first, whoever gets it first, out of the members, I got a stack of coins for you. Huh, man. He gone, boy. Now that you've made it to this part in the video, I mean, this is a somber note for a lot of dudes. For a lot of dudes, this is a somber note. But for us real rights, for my real rights, and you know who you are, you understood who PlayStation was. When they got rid of Ken Katarugi and they put Mark Cerny in place, you were scared, man. You were fearful, bro. Because you understood the innovation was out of the building. The PlayStation 4 was pretty much an Xbox One, and the PlayStation 5 is pretty much a Series X. Underpowered one, and they had to come out with a Pro to match the power. So you understood when it came to hardware, the innovation was out of the building. Then it turned into a bunch of passion projects and a bunch of killing off studios and doing wild stuff and losing people, losing the fear, losing the flair of who they was, the showmanship, Jack Trenton and them boys, Sean Layden and them team, and now the heart Yoshida's gone. So in January, I want you to understand. I want you to pour out a little bit of liquor for that PlayStation 6 because it's dead, boy. Dead, boy. Ain't no reviving. It's Concord dead. Y'all know how dead that is. All right? Their games ain't been selling. You keep talking about console sales with no game sales. Something's not adding up, and dudes is running from that ship like mice. Get off the ship. You know the first one's off the ship when the ship is sinking is the rats. So, Xbox is up. If you like anything that you've seen in this video, and you like me keeping the boot on these donkeys' necks, hashtag no PlayStation 6. It gets them mad as hell. It gets you so mad, I'm going to tell you, man. It is 6:35 p.m. Have you hugged your PlayStation 5 today? Did you know every 1 in 5 PlayStation 5s have not been turned on? Do you know there are homeless PlayStation 5s all over? For as little as $5 a day, you too can get a PlayStation and hug it. Because they're a dying breed. They're the last of their kind. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. This boy's a savage on you. I'm having so much fun. But I am a little bit disheartened. The fact that competition truly is over. And you guys are absolutely cooked. Herman Hulst is out next. And then it's back to business, baby. So, like, follow, subscribe. Tune in Fridays for Fight Night Fridays. Drop videos every day. Every day I'm going to be on these dudes' necks. Pause. And if you want to become a member to help out the channel, you can hit that, that super thanks button. It goes a long way to keeping the channel running. And members, y'all the lifeblood of the channel. Remember, members dictate pace. And I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it on the last of the Mohegans, bro. Yoshida. If you're not valued over here, come over here to Death Row. We ain't going to be all up in your videos, all up in your songs, doing too much. And we can have you over here working with Game Pass and helping facilitate those PlayStation games on Xbox. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. Hashtag you know what it be. Try to play the Game Pass.